Gavin, could you first of all say your role with the Scottish Government?
Yes, I'm with the Scottish Government Climate Change team. So I've been working with the UK delegation at the COP, and our Scottish Minister will be coming out tomorrow to support Chris Huhne on the delegation. That's the second year running that a Scottish Minister has been on the UK team.
Now, Gavin, many people in the UK may be surprised that such a large delegation from the Scottish Government has come to Durban. What do you hope to achieve out here?
We're certainly hoping to build on messages that Scottish ministers have been promoting with the help of the UK government throughout Europe about the jobs, investment, trade and economic growth potential of the low carbon economy.
And First Minister Alex Salmond has been exceptionally ambitious over Scotland's renewable targets. Tell us a bit about those and whether you really think they're achievable.
Yes, well, just earlier on this year, the First Minister increased our target for renewable electricity to 100% by 2020. That's 100% of electricity demand by 2020. We have a very ambitious programme of greening up the energy supply. Scotland has a large proportion of Europe's potential on onshore wind, offshore wind, wave and tidal. And certainly we've peaked already at 27% of electricity demand from renewables, so the target is to go to 100% by 2020, as I say.
Clearly, from what you're saying, Scotland has an ambition, Alex Salmond has an ambition, and the government have an ambition that Scotland takes that niche market and becomes a world leader.
Yes, I mean the First Minister will tell you his ambition is that Scotland should be the green energy centre of Europe. And certainly we have been endowed with very impressive sort of natural advantages that we want to take advantage of. So we have a comparative advantage and we want to turn that into a competitive advantage. And I'll be speaking here tonight about Scotland's basically strategy of staying at the forefront of technological innovation. Scotland was one of the countries that led on the industrial revolution, and we think we should be one of the countries that leads on reducing emissions because there's a moral imperative on us, quite apart from the economic case. There's a moral imperative on us because it's the poor and vulnerable in society and developing countries that would be worst affected by climate change.
What do you think Scotland can offer delegates here that perhaps the UK delegation can't? What's different about Scotland? What's special about your particular skills, technical knowledge, experience?
Well, I think it's Scotland's scale. We're a country of 5 million people with a very large sort of renewables potential. So we can act as a model of best practice on climate change. We can act as something of a test bed for low carbon technologies, where all the technologies that will be needed globally can be done to scale within Scotland, and people can begin to see what a low carbon society looks like, especially when you start to move to very high percentages of renewable generation.
And finally, there's been a lot of talk here in Durban about development from the bottom up rather than top down regulation. In a sense, do you think if Scotland could manage to achieve 100% electricity by 2020, that could almost spur the UK government perhaps to get its act into shape or act into gear?
Well, I think we definitely know that there's a lot of very good examples of low carbon projects out there. The thing is to put them all together into a picture that all governments can see the whole picture and see something that is worth aspiring to, because at the end of the day it's about creating an aspiration to have a low carbon future, a low carbon economy and indeed a low carbon society.